I got it. That's got to be it.
That's definitely it.
I got burrowing animal relief. I mean, here, well, let's show the folks. I mean, if that, I can stick my whole arm in there. Give me a golf club. I'll show the folks. Just,
Wow.
there's something living in there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the film room. It's TC. Today we're going to do Machrihanish. This is one of the best golf courses in the world. Very remote, very rugged, but that's part of the magic. Machrihanish Golf Club. Second round of the day. We played this morning. Actually driving the ball pretty well right now. Might take a couple swings to kind of knock off some of the wheat chips I had for lunch. Completely blown away by this place the first time around. It's just this surreal place, kind of sits down in this little valley, and you could see it being covered by water thousands of years ago when seas were higher. And it definitely, you feel that way when you're amongst the dunes. You're like, man, I feel like I'm playing golf on the ocean floor in certain spots. There's plenty of blind shots. There's plenty of, hidden bunkers. There's plenty of greens and little features around the greens that are a little bit more turned up than you would find on a lot of links courses. Hit some really good shots in the morning, thinking, all right, I can get out here. I can make a run at this thing. And the wind kicked up and it got a lot harder in the afternoon. I could not be more excited to get back out and play another round. The front nine was as advertised, and the back nine was even better than I expected. Proper golf. I feel like I'm in Ireland more than I'm in Scotland here. So trying to break 75, par 70. We're gonna play it off the tips. So 75, let's go. The first hole, it hits you right in the face. It's there's a plaque there that says it's from Mr. Nicklaus himself, one of the best opening tee shots in the world. You play over this little cove to dogleg left, long par 4, a couple of really well-placed bunkers up the right side, and kind of a 2-tiered fairway. And big green. It's not a tricky hole. It's just a little brawny. It's a stout, solid opening hole, but just very, very surreal place to hit an opening tee shot. Ooh. Long way home from there. There's certain courses that I play that I don't really want to learn a lot about before I go. There's just a certain mystique or a mystery or just this aura about them that kind of want to experience it through your own eyes for the first time. So I kind of did that with Machrihanish. I really didn't know as much about the golf course. First hole called Battery, 420-yard par 4. Kind of avoided these 3 bunkers. I did the same thing this morning, just blew it way right, and then pretty wide open up there by the green. There's 2 bunkers, but I'm gonna have like 200 in. Come on. Sit.
Yeah, so set a really nice goal for you to go out and shoot on your second round in. Got off to a little bit of a tough start.
I did, yeah, tough start. Kind of blew the tee shot right of those bunkers. Wasn't in a bad spot, and then just, hit a poor second shot, and then compounded it from there. So, one of those things. Kind of, all right, let's just, get off the starting blocks here and see if we can figure it out.
I got you.
The full experience?
The full experience, sure, why not?
I'd like to introduce my caddy, Ari Techner.
How you doing?
Ari's an American friend. He has lived over there, I think probably 3 or 4 years now. Chose this little slice of the world to call home. Just kept getting windier and windier. And the second hole does not really offer a whole lot of respite. Got to lay it up short of this burn, and then uphill second shot to this not blind green, but definitely elevated. And, it's getting up there above the level of the green, and the wind is just smacking it there.
I got 110 to the pole.
It's probably about 150 then to the pin, maybe a touch more.
Okay.
Plays a little longer, obviously uphill. There's a couple bunkers up there on the left. If you can clear them, it'll kick to the right, kind of down to the pin.
Okay.
You don't know kind of where you're at until you get up there. Didn't get it quite, this is an awesome green. Didn't get it quite far enough left, and you know, I'm sitting down in this little trough.
Basically just like shadow of the flag. Just
Yeah, it's gonna come hard left, especially as it dies.
Go, go.
You can see how tall that flag stick is too. You're just trying to get one up there and guess how far really getting it up there. I felt like I hit a pretty good chip shot, just left it a little bit short of that trough there. You know, again, easy bogey. And then the third hole is really where like the links stuff starts, the really big dunes and everything. It's not a brawny par 4, but you got the little aiming post up there. You're trying to kind of hug that left side because it's going to kick it down to the right, and then all sorts of stuff going on. You're looking out towards, I believe that's Jura out there, with like kind of the 4 peaks there in the distance. And this is where like it doesn't really feel real. Kind of long green, you know, back to front, well guarded, just a proper golf hole. This was directly back into the wind for us as well. So I think we had kind of an atypical wind.
Gotta loosen back up after lunch.
I know, that's the hardest part.
What a nice surprise having a caddy for the afternoon. As far as line goes.
I mean, if you can just carry it over those bunkers, it'll go down to the pin.
Okay.
That's all you need to do.
I could have hit another 2 clubs there, and I don't think I'm getting anywhere near that pin. I'm in like one of the worst bunkers to be in on the course, right up against it.
Oh, fuck. All right. Guess we can hit a real shot now.
Yeah, really good shot there.
Thanks.
Hit what I felt like was a pretty good shot there, and you know, but it's like things are moving quickly at this point. So
Now, this is usually not that hard a hole, but dead into the wind, it's a brute.
With pace, come on. That's a double. That was 6.
double bogey on 3 there, and then 4 is first par 3 of the day. It's a small one, kind of an elevated tee there, little postage stamp style green. You know, it sits up, so you're having to elevate the ball. You can't really run one in. There's a big bunker short left there, and playing directly into the wind this day. It was you just got to hit the shot.
120, playing more like 130. A little crosswind, but I think it's knocking it out of the air. Me, just lunging at the ball. That's not even close. Nice.
Hit a good kind of recovery shot there, kind of a terrifying one over that bunker. You got so much more room up on that green than it looks like. Green kind of slopes away from you there as well, which makes it even more terrifying. Yeah, things aren't going well at this point. You know, I think that's 5 over through 4.
Nice.
And just a tough scene. So got kind of kicked in the face.
All right, we've used our allotted 5 strokes over par. Now it gets fun.
5 gets really crazy here. There's dogleg left. This one is wholly dependent upon where the wind is. You know, again, this one's right back into it. If you haven't seen this before, you'll see it in the drone shot and you're thinking, all right, like dogleg left or whatever. When you're on the ground, you can't tell what the heck is going on. You've got massive changes in elevation there and a massive fall off, you know, right of that green. like genuinely brilliant golf hole. I mean, it's like a hole like this is why you go to Scotland to play golf.
Right in the middle of the club there.
Go.
This one's a good example of like I laid too far back off the tee, straight into the fan. Got to get it up there, and it's basically playing like 200 yards.
Got 173. Shade it one way or another.
Left.
Okay. You.
It's like a 200-yard second shot into a sub 400-yard par 4, and I got so deep into my own head about, all right, you got to place it here. Like you can't really overpower this golf course. You don't want to hit driver everywhere.
When it goes, it goes.
Go back, hit this shot again.
Pretty good. Oh, that's so frustrating.
What was a pretty good one, but coming into that green with a 3-wood to what was a tough pin that day, kind of on the top of that ridge there.
Sit. Sit.
I'm definitely pressing a little bit at this point in there too. We're struggling.
Max, that's a 6.
Well, we haven't played an easy hole yet, that's for sure.
We're just gonna start stacking up birdies.
6 is a shorty. 6 is really cool. Kind of, again, like wind, like this downwind, this would be a really cool, easy shot. You would probably play a 3-wood in there, if that. Basically trying to keep it out of those bunkers, especially that one short right. But, straight into the wind, it gets really awkward because you're trying to hit something that's going to end up 250. Like you're almost hitting driver and you're still going to end up 70 yards short, and then you have a full wedge in. I'm struggling to control my spin because I'm on an uphill lie.
So this is normally probably like just one more gettable holes on the course.
There's so much more undulation than a lot of other links courses that you'll play, where it really magnifies and makes your bad shots worse.
What are you doing? God, we made a par. We're coming. We're coming. Let's make 2 pars in a row and then we'll make a birdie.
First par of the day, 7 over through 6. We can do this. 7 just continues this, kind of the tour de force. This is probably the craziest one, at least to this point of the round, probably on the whole course as well. Got this massive, massive, massive dune up the right that, this one really it messes with your eye. You struggle to know, am I going to be 50 yards short of that, or am I trying to fly it over that? And again, wind, like you can probably play it. It plays radically differently each round or whatnot. But you're trying to kind of get it on line, keep it in the fairway, and then farther up the left you go, kind of the better angle you probably got in.
Nice.
This is another one, like, I'm hitting driver off the tee and I'm hitting probably a 7-wood.
7 is 7 enough.
Yeah. You don't have to carry it all the way. If you take it on the right line, it's going to bounce forward and left.
Okay. So
And if
basically,
you take it left, it's going to be short anyway.
split the top of the mound and the pole.
Yes, between the top of the mound and the pole. Perfect.
Just toed it.
I do that all the time just because it's so uncomfortable looking hitting on that line.
Yeah,
You
it's
just can't
a little
believe
bit
it.
above your feet.
And
This
it's
is
a
just
little bit
like
above your
not the
feet.
kind of shot you want to be hitting a wood into. Very blind, very long, dead into the wind.
Go. Fucking idiot.
I don't know how that one didn't fall. You can see it kind
Double.
of wiggling there. So double bogey, 9 over through 7.
How do the greens play? Because, you know, from my watching, it looked like all of a sudden they would just stop like Velcro, but there was some crazy contours on them, and some were a little bit flat. So how do the greens play out there?
I think it was still relatively early in the season for us. So I think if we would have been over another month, it would be, you know, probably a lot firmer. It's a wide variety of greens too. Like there's some flatter ones. There's some. It's more like the whole green is sloped a certain way, and they just sit in the dunes. So it's kind of going to follow whatever the dune is doing around it. So hole 8, another relatively. It's not like a brawny par 4. It's shorter. It's like 340 or 350. But you know, you can't overpower it. You're trying to get one out there in the fairway, and then more of a second shot golf hole. It's tougher from the tee than it looks like. When you get up there, you're like, oh, okay, there's more room up here.
Thanks. I got 110 playing 140.
Yeah, at least.
I might hit 7 iron.
Yeah. I think it's a club uphill and then the wind.
Club uphill, two clubs wind. God damn it. What are you doing?
But you're thinking, God, like, you know, you're back into the wind again for the 7th hole in a row or 8th hole in a row. You're kind of trying to figure out, like, you know, the hole's looking pretty small at that point. Ari's probably thinking, God, this guy sucks. You know, elevated green. So, you know, again, you got to hit the shot. You got to make the committed swing.
Hit it. God, what the fuck? I think I blacked out over the ball.
Another just, you know, mediocre, bad bogey there. Just stacking them up.
Get my head out of my ass.
And then 9 kind of turns back inland. This one's pretty straight away. You can see ripples and rumples down there as you get closer to the green. This is kind of where I'm like, all right, like just start swinging the golf club like an athlete. Like get out of your own head, start playing some golf here. But again, just, you know, scraped one.
Playing some bad fucking golf, guys.
You actually get a drop if you're standing there.
I am.
Yeah, no, literally.
Oh, I do?
The molehill.
Molehill, literal burrowing animal relief. I got burrowing animal relief. Sit.
Yeah, you know, mediocre shot there, and then, you know, got one up there towards the green, off the green, putter from everywhere kind of day, whenever possible.
Thanks. Got to start somewhere, right, guys? Yeah, front 9 review, not good. Playing like a dickhead. We've got our work cut out for us to break 80. We really have our work cut out for us to break 75.
There's a couple of par 5s there.
There are. We gotta get nuts though. So a couple par 5s.
Make the turn there, and you're heading back south. So you're heading back down the, you know, towards the mole of Kintyre. You got the Air Force Base or the airport over to the left there. This was such a cool tee shot on 10. Par 5. We got it downwind or a little bit of a, you know, crosswind from the right. So, but yeah, just such a cool kind of throat there. And then it opens back up as you get closer to the green. Really cool green. You could play this hole 100 different ways. Yeah, so I'm trying to, you know, find something, get it going, kind of send it.
Draw, bitch. At least I hit it well. That was a better swing.
You got it?
I got it. That's got to be a
That's definitely a
burrowing animal. I mean, here, well, let's show the folks. I mean, if that, I can stick my whole arm in there. if that's not something, give me a golf club. I'll show the folks just because. Yeah, I mean that's.
wow.
There's something living in there.
I think my hybrid or my 7-wood, that was a
Take
really
that.
proper shot there. I feel like that kind of got me back in the game a little bit, re-energized me.
I know people are gonna get on me for this. I think the thing is, that whole ant hill thing, like burrowing animal relief has become a laughing matter because people have abused it. Ant hills, termites, things of that nature. These are actual burrowing animals. Moles, rabbits. I'm sure they got other, you know, gophers or something else out here. We got to protect nature out here. Be good. Huh.
Hey, we got a birdie putt here. How about that? Not a makeable one, but you know, it's a birdie putt nonetheless. And I leave it 8 feet short there.
Snapped at the end. Yeah.
Just a really, really bad bogey there.
Oh, what a horrid 3-putt. Oh, we'll show all the shots.
Bigger par 3 here, almost 200 yards. This is one of the greens that it'll kind of punch you in the face. You know, you're trying to kind of punch one in there, get it to run up on that front edge. Avoid those bunkers.
Cut, bitch. Cut a lot.
And of course I'm in one.
One of those rounds like nothing's coming out of the right window. No.
There we go. How about that? Made a 3.
We rocked him. I don't even think I've gotten a putt inside of like 5 feet today.
We can build on that. Another par 5 here on 12. So you're kind of thinking 10, 11, 12. You got par 5, par 3, par 5. You're thinking, all right, let's really put your foot on the gas here and kind of go from there. This is a much more straightforward driving hole, and then another good opportunity to get home in 2. But this one's far, far more penal up by the green. It's a big punch bowl green. We had a back pin that day. We're back mostly downwind at this point too. So yeah, like this is the kind of shot you're stoked to hit.
Way short.
What was that?
That was my 58.
Yeah, you can see here, like you can use a lot of imagination.
Birdie putt. Pushed it a little bit. Ah, come on.
Wanted that birdie, easy par. We're cooking. 2 pars in a row, baby. 13, this is kind of where people say it starts to not run out of gas, but like the dunes are, you're more towards the farmland. The dunes aren't quite as severe. I really, really like this hole. This is a massive, massive slope in front of this green. Green kind of runs away from you. You got that bunker there to where if it plays downwind, you're trying to keep it out of that bunker. This is the kind of Scottish par 4 that I love, where there's stuff that, you would wonder why that bunker's there the first time you play it, and then you play it in a different wind, and you're coming up short of that same bunker that you're wondering why they would put that there.
Run forever, bitch.
Like I'm just drop kicking everything. It's crazy. Just my body's just shutting down on me.
I've been playing like a daft American all afternoon. I need to embrace some link shots. Like that? Ah, too much. Randy would love that. Centerline blind bunker. Sit. That's so mediocre.
Great putt. Really great putt.
Thank you. All right.
This is a pretty big par 4, 14. This fairway is like grotesque. Just, you know, looks like there's been munitions dropped on it in certain spots. And I don't know, it's funny. Like there's spots on this back nine where it doesn't get as much notoriety because the dunes aren't huge. But I think there's some really English style features, if you will. Just, you know, some weird stuff on the ground around the greens, some little troughs here and there, and some sharper edges around the greens. You know, the front nine's very wild, and the back nine's a little bit more refined.
Oh, you just rough over there. Be good.
I will say, overall, those putts inside like 6 to 8 feet,
Thanks.
pretty solid on the day. Like I could have shot like mid 90s if I'm not making those putts. So 15's a cool par 3. You know, probably one of the, I wouldn't say weaker holes on the course, but there's just not as much going on. It's cool how the green sits up, and then you've got this massive runoff. Doesn't look quite as good on drone as it looks on the ground. Like you see this one on the ground, it looks a lot more severe. I think that's the thing. It's one of those courses that it looks so good on drone, but I think some of these holes, like it's even better on the ground.
Come on. It's like third green in regulation today. So. Thanks. First good lag putt of the day.
Par is a good score on that hole. You can get yourself in trouble. And then there's another par 3 here. This one's 230. Really, really tough, number 16. And there's some really cool features up by the green as well. So you're kind of trying to bring one up that left side. Kind of a cool part of the course. This plays up next to where 2 green is as well. So kind of a high point before you dip back down. But yeah, you gotta hit like a fairway wood in here.
Be good. That's as good as I've got.
Try to navigate some of these humps and bumps and ridges, short left and left of this green. Great surrounds on this hole.
That's it. We're so worried about this sprinkler head. Hit it.
You know, just stacking up mediocre bogey after mediocre bogey.
That's not a bad 4. Just bleeding out.
17, downhill tee shot. You know, pretty straight away. You got some grass bunkers up the right there. Big green. You know, this is probably one of the more straightforward holes on the golf course. You just got to get one out there in the fairway. You're playing back into the sun.
Thanks. Play like a 42, 44.
42, 44, 45 in there.
See, there's that sawed-off finish that should have been seen all afternoon.
Same spot I was earlier.
It was weird. Like, I feel like playing well in the morning. Just, I was hitting full shots. There's no wind. I'm playing kind of dome golf, and then just didn't adjust. You can see like the greens are pretty flat, you know, in spot. Like there's some slope in and around on the edges, and there's some internal contouring and stuff, but like on that specific area of each green, you see that they're pretty flat. There's not a whole lot of movement. And then 18's cool. Playing back you know, into the little town there and the little village there. I think the green actually used to be up by the clubhouse in the first tee. There was a train line that ran kind of where the road is, and people were hitting the train and, and hitting cars and all that stuff. So I think, you know, over the last, I don't know when they moved the green, but yeah, much shorter par 4. That kind of summed up the whole day right there. Just wedge in my hand and, you know, missing the green from however long out. Like,
I was trying to make it. I got it trying to move a little left, but the wind's gonna hold it up.
good shot here, like kind of that pan back at like the ocean. You've got Isla, you've got Jura there in the distance. It's just a magical place.
Thank you. Oh, I pushed that a little bit, thankfully.
Yeah, it did move a little.
Nice par to end with there
That's
too.
fun.
Yeah, like you feel like you're away from the world at Machrihanish. It's just, yeah, it's just a special place.
Let me add up my score real quick. What did I make on 17? 9, 14. I think we shot 84 today. Missed our target by at least 9. Some afternoons you just don't have it. I didn't have it this afternoon. I liked it even more the second time around. What a great golf course. Front nine's awesome, but man, I really like some of those little features on the back. Little like runoff areas and troughs next to the greens and fall offs. There's just so much depth and substance out there.
Felt like we had 3 of the 4 seasons out there, and thanks to Footjoy, I was able to kind of roll with the different changes in temperature and moisture levels and all that, all the Thermo Series stuff. My feet felt great at this point in the trip. Yeah, just kind of the versatility of the Thermo Series. Saw the vest I had on, I had that jacket on, comfortable the whole trip. That was certainly not the issue. It was just, you know, it was more mental than it was anything physical. I felt good. Can't wait to get back and play better golf. I don't think we could have asked for a better day.
Just a delightful little slice of the world. Magical, magical place.